chicks are so pissed that Trump won, shaving their heads, screaming that they're going to go on a strike. You can't threaten people by taking something away that no one wanted in the first place.
What's up, people of YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. My name is Elario, and today I'm back with another super amazing video and check out with you guys. This is called Unhinged Woke Liberals Getting Destroyed After the Election. You know the drill, guys. We talk less and react more. Let's check this out.
I am honored to serve as the first female 4-star officer and the first openly transgender 4-star officer to serve across any of the 8 uniformed services.
Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the you voted for. And just please, please don't test your gangster on me, because you will end on a stretcher. So serious. Nobody talk to me unless you want to swing. If you want to fight, text me, call me, whatever.
Shiver my timbers! Shut up, man!
This terrifying, tough woman who seems to be completely mentally stable as a teacher around kids, and she's had to resign because of this unhinged video. And now she's going on TV, turning on the waterworks and playing the victim.
This is not who I am as a professional or who I am as a teacher. I've devoted my whole life to this, you know, preparing my whole life. I always wanted to be a teacher from the time I was a young child. And, you know, I finally worked my way up to that. And I am well respected, which I appreciate. I love my students. I love their families. I love the people I work with. And, you know, I'm just trying to do what's right now to get my life back on track and get back to what I love. And it's my biggest passion in the world.
What's your message to those parents?
Those parents, I am so sorry that you had to see that side of me, because the only side of me I ever wanted you to see was what you saw.
Yeah, you're sorry it's out there and you got caught in your true lunatic form, and now everyone knows who you are.
What kind of rights do you feel like women don't have in America?
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
Gosh, that's such a good question. I guess it's not necessarily right, but there's not enough female representation in politics. I don't know about right.
Yeah, that is a good question. You know, I think women should have the right to feel safe. We deserve a government that supports us.
Yeah, they can't think of anything because they know it's bullshit. Most of these Muppets have safe, comfortable lives. They just like to virtue signal, play the victim, and repeat bullshit they've heard on social media.
I hear a lot of, we're not going back. What are we not going back to? The kitchen.
Let's not take this out on kitchens. And also, most of them can't cook, so don't worry about the kitchen.
I think one of the lamest things you can do as a woman is have a husband. I think it's really lame. Whenever I'm talking to somebody who I think is like somewhat cool and suddenly they're like, oh, my husband, I'm instantly like, oh, you're what? Gross.
Getting ready for that cat lady life, the poor cats.
Leave your husband. Leave your husband.
So a lot of these woke women are blaming men for the election and they're breaking up with their boyfriends. Lucky boyfriends.
I was really upset because he told me his family voted for Trump, so I asked for a few days of space to think about, you know, do I even want to be in a relationship with someone whose family is like that? Because I've cut my own family off for that shit. I'm not going to be associated with that. I'm not. And so I needed some time to think about it, because he really was good to me, and I liked him a lot. And then after a couple days of thinking about it, I reached out to him saying, you know, what time do you want to get together to talk about it? And at this point, he said, I'm so confused, I'm so sad, I'm so scared, I don't know, I haven't known what to say, because I voted for Trump too over the weekend with my family. And he just spilled it, just word vomited, because he was just getting so nervous about it, he couldn't keep it in anymore. So that's how I found out. And then, I kid you not, it was a 2-minute breakup. I said word for word after he sent me that, oh boy, yeah, that about does it. And then continued to tell him how disappointed I was in him. Yeah, and then I unadded him off of everything. And that's how it went. So, yeah, easiest, quickest breakup of my life.
Are we expected to clap or something?
A lot of these men dodge bullets, but when I see this, I just think that these people have no idea who they're in a relationship with. Did they not talk about their values or political views? Then I remember they're all donuts. Of course they fucking didn't.
Those chicks are so pissed that Trump won, shaving their heads, screaming that they're going to go on a strike. You can't threaten people by taking something away that no one wanted in the first place.
Celibacy the wave, you know what I mean? Anything to reduce the thoughtfulness, you know what I mean? The thoughtfulness, you know what I mean?
Brainwashed, bitchy, bitter, and now bald.
Liberal women losing their ever-loving minds because Trump got elected again. We need to have a little chat, you and I, okay? Stop it. There is no war on women. You can still walk around Target with your $12 Starbucks latte. You can vote, you can drive, you can start a business. Please get some help. You are spoiled compared to many women in other countries around the world. Your party has manipulated you into thinking that your rights would be stripped. So let me give you a perspective shift. Women in Afghanistan have actually had their rights stripped. They can't work, they can't get an education, they can't speak without permission, they are covered from head to toe, they can't drive, they can't pray out loud. Do you know how absolutely ridiculous it looks to be crying about rights while living in the land of the free?
You know how fucking embarrassing it is to women overseas that actually don't have fucking rights? Do you know how embarrassing it is to people who can't grow hair? Do you realize how fucking stupid you look shaving your head because you're throwing a temper tantrum? I don't feel sorry for you in the least. You can buy a car. You can buy a house. You have a job. You have the freedom of speech. You have the freedom of wearing whatever clothes you want to wear. It all comes down to the same cry of help. Men don't fucking care about us. That's because you're fucking terrible at picking men.
If these Muppets had no rights, we wouldn't be able to enjoy all their meltdowns on social media. They wouldn't be able to criticise the president. They wouldn't be able to go mental the way they're going mental.
Exactly.
Or even colour their hair blue. Or put them stupid things in their noses.
Women who voted for Trump! Because of this, I'm cutting my hair. I'm telling you right now!
Oh, I'm so scared if Trump wins. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my god. What are you so scared of? Cheap gas and world peace, you dumb motherfucker? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Oh, you're gonna have more money in your bank account. Oh my god. What are we gonna do?
We won't go back! We won't go back! We won't go back! We won't go back! Are you flipping me off? We won't go back! We won't go back! Shame!
Shame! Yeah. Don't tell me they're talking about the kitchen again.
We won't go back! As college students at Oklahoma State University, I was really looking forward to having a female leader who truly understands just how stupid college-age voters are. I mean, it's not like we mean anything or add anything to the society anyway.
No, but for real, if you're gonna drag.
I love fake people. I thought it was so cool when Kamala Harris pledged to prosecute oil companies, and then she switched up and started praising them as well. We don't need blue-collar workers, but I love a fake person, so it's nice to have someone who understands what it's like to be two-faced.
I was really excited to have a president who grew up in the middle class and would remind us that she grew up in the middle class each and every day.
Seeing Megan Thee Stallion shake her butt on stage at a Kamala Harris rally gave me so much hope for our future.
Maybe sure it gave a lot of guys hope too.
These girls, their sarcasm is top notch.
I was hoping maybe they'd offer free dance lessons or something. I would love to learn how to twerk, especially at a presidential rally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently Kamala Harris paid $5 million for that bullshit.
Oh! Turn that shit off!
And apparently she paid Beyonce $10 million, Lizzo $2.3, and Eminem $1.8. Eminem, I'm disappointed. And also, if you believe in something and truly stand for something, why do you need to pay for it?
Exactly.
Obviously, they never believed in it, or they wouldn't have taken the money.
Exactly.
Listen to this. I can't get over these numbers. $10 million for Beyonce. What? To step up.
And back Kamala Harris publicly.
$5 million for Megan Thee Stallion. What? $3 million for Lizzo. $1.8 million for Eminem. What? I mean, is that normally how it goes? You spend 20. Hold on a second. So, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world.
Yep.
How much do you think Donald Trump paid him? Do you think Donald Trump can afford Elon Musk?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So you're telling me these fake relationships is what you guys wanted in the government? People paying people to act like
they like each other.
Y'all
playing too much.
We wanted someone as funny as Kamala to be our president, so we could have a good laugh every single day.
Oh, Dean, I'm so surprised and shocked that Kamala lost the election. I know, Harry. I guess America's more racist. xenophobic, homophobic, and transphobic than I thought. Oh my god, you took the words right out of my mouth, Dean.
This is actually spot on. He's talking about these Muppets, aka the Beta Boys.
Beta! Because his economic policies assisted the Midwest in a huge way due to his corporate tax cuts. And what it allowed, because there was such a huge stranglehold by Democrats, especially in this state, with localization of taxes, especially in industry, it allowed them to get what they needed the most, which was access to capital, and assisted them in expanding. It was extremely helpful, and I'm hoping that he'll start making moves back to similar economic policies, which would help the local trade.
Yeah, okay, so I have a question. In terms of the corporate tax rate that it's at, can you name me one point in American history that you'd point to where the corporate tax rate was that low, where we saw, like, good effects on the economy?
Yeah, during the Trump administration.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm referencing other than the Trump administration.
Yeah, but why would that, I don't understand why that's a non sequitur. During the Trump administration, well, hang on. During the Trump administration, I just gave you my argument. My argument was that businesses in the Midwest needed to have access to capital. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so listen. If you actually, I can send you a paper from a liberal and conservative economist from Harvard that actually indicates there's only 0.04% annual GDP growth, specifically from the tax cuts.
Yeah, but you recognize
$1.9 trillion of debt-related spending.
Well, I'm happy to respond to this.
$28 billion to the economy.
Let's say it only. Well, I'm going to explain. So.
Middle of my sentence.
Well, okay, so the thing is that you're throwing out more red herrings, but I'm willing to respond directly to this.
What's a red herring?
Well, so you're trying to get me to look at something that's beside my point.
It's not beside your point. I was currently making a point, you cut me off.
Well, can you respond to my point? The GDP would have nothing to do with what I said, zero.
So, okay, so if the corporate tax cut was beneficial, it would have caused an increase in the GDP, right? Increase in the
well, it did. By your own admission, it did. You just don't like how much it did.
By 0.04%.
Yeah, so why would that matter for the localization in the Midwest?
It added 0.04% to the annual GDP.
So it added to the GDP?
Which is about $28 billion per year.
Yeah.
So it nowhere near paid for itself.
How does that address my point, Parker?
To justify the spending.
How does that address my point? Can you steel man my argument for me so I know you understand it?
Yeah, so you think that it builds up American manufacturing?
That's not what I said, Parker. What did I say? I said in the Midwest, specifically inside of the Midwest, which is where all the automotive plants.
Midwest.
Yes. So can you address what the Midwest growth looked like, Parker?
Well, I was referencing the.
Yeah, I know what you're referencing. You're referencing red herring. Can you reference what the Midwest growth was? Yes, it was. What the overarching GDP would be a reference from all 50 states. Many of them have Democrat controllers. They have their own tax brackets. They have all of this. What I'm asking, I'm asking specifically if you can address my point for the Midwest specifically.
The effect on the GDP, according to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act,
which has what to do with my point, Parker?
1.9 trillion is not justified, given that it only added.
Has nothing to do with my point.
$1.9 trillion of spending is the overall country spending this, and then it only added $28 billion per year.
Okay, Parker. First of all,
okay, that's very low.
Very low.
The key just keeps rambling.
Very low. So why would we use the money to do this rather to invest in other things in the economy?
Okay, so Parker, you still aren't actually addressing my point.
See, this Parker kid, he's a TikTok debater that speaks quickly and in circles to try and confuse people and throw them off. And it works on the TikTok donuts, but it's not going to work on Andrew Wilson.
Hope your day gets better. Positive energy.
I reckon MJ would have voted for Trump after looking at this picture. He might have even done a little moonwalk at a Trump rally.
You ever seen Magic? Well, pick a number between 1 and 100. I'm not asking you.
Oh my.
37? Just open that up, please. How do you know I'm a man?
Right back at you.
Did you get her misgendering me?
What a hypocrite.
Boom, it's over. Oh, 37! There you go, thank you. Thanks, guys. You're just mad because we got it right, and it actually was 37. Okay, have a good day. Thank you.
Say you were president tomorrow. Where would you send taxpayer money?
Everybody can keep their own money.
No taxation?
No taxes, because this is America. We got a money printing machine.
Yeah.
Why are we paying taxes? Everybody keep their money.
Okay.
I like that. I agree.
Keep it all?
Keep it all.
Someone show this donut a YouTube video on
Keep
economics
it all.
or something. Actually, don't even bother because she still won't get it.
It's funny, really. It's really hilarious.
You do not want to get in trouble out here. This is Trump, everything, and the sheriff lives next door.
Yeah, meanwhile, in a new Beyonce studies class.
I'm going to be leaving the U.S. and I'm going to be moving to Hawaii.
God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around.
What kind of Native Americans did they even survey? What Native American did they survey and that told them they were going to vote for Donald Trump?
Because we believe that life is sacred
at all stages. We know firsthand what those socialist programs that you guys want to instill, we know what they do. We have free healthcare, we have free education, and they're both bad. We have to travel farther, so gas costs more. The majority of our people are blue-collar workers. So when they shut down refineries and decided to go clean energy, a lot of us lost our jobs. And we serve in the United States military at a higher percentage rate than anybody else.
I swear to fucking God, if a man talks to me, the next time a fucking man yells at me when I'm walking down the street, I'm gonna lose my shit on them. Men are going to live in fear.
Send them up it to Michael.
Stop it. Get some help.
Man. Okay, for real, I don't even understand what their problem is. I actually saw two, Republicans or right-wing supporters there. You're in a country where you literally have the right to do whatsoever you wish. And just as I said, it's really absurd and an insult to all those who don't have the same right that you have, because it's wrong to call it a privilege. Everyone should have the right to free speech. Everyone should have the right to, express themselves. But because the majority of the American people voted for a candidate who is not your choice, you are misbehaving on social media. That's so wrong in all the wrong places. Like, I can't even begin to explain how funny this is, because you all are meant to be matured adults. Okay, imagine this was a game of football and then you see the other team crying. You'd say, why are you crying over a game? It's the same way. I just can't imagine why you're going to the extreme for an election result. I don't understand why you're shaving your hair. I don't understand why you are full-blown crying. I don't understand why you're divorcing your husbands. I don't understand why you're leaving your boyfriends. I don't understand why you're calling out men. For real, women also voted for this man. You know why? Because they were tired of their rights getting infringed by trans women. Take it or leave it. So I really don't understand. I really don't understand their anger here. I don't understand their pain, if I'm to put it that way. You're just scared because he's a right wing and you're a left wing, and he doesn't support anything you stand for. He doesn't support gender family care. He doesn't support anything that has to do with you all. And that's why you're scared. Other than that, the economy is going to be so good under him. Isn't that something to consider? I mean, he has done it before. It's safe to say that he's going to do it again. And if you feel like you can't live with that, just as this guy said, move to Hawaii. I saw one. He said he wants to move to Hawaii. Then move. Leave the country. Go and experience how people are living in other third world countries and see if you don't run back to where you're from. Okay, you can imagine that teacher showcasing that sort of attitude on social media. Thankfully, she used her hands to, draft her resignation letter and sign it. I don't think she should be allowed into the education system anymore. She's a moral threat to the students. And she crying and saying all those stories doesn't really mean much. Because for the fact that she wasn't fired, she was well aware of what she was doing when she resigned. She shouldn't be allowed back in. Because clearly, she said she loves all the parents, but in that video, she was clearly threatening the lives of all Trump supporters. So what if the parents are a Trump supporter? Food for thought. Anyway, guys, tell us what you think about this video in the comment section. And please remember to leave a thumbs up at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe, y'all.